Okay, so this is my first time doing a book review. And I'm reviewing this book called Jason Sparks, written by Arnav Mishra. So, of course, I read it on my Kindle. So, let me see if I can get the cover here. So, that's the book. It's available on Amazon. Now, full disclosure, Arnav's mom is a friend of mine. So, there is that bit of bias there. However, she has not asked me to review the book. She does not even know I'm recording this review. She will hear it after it's done. So hopefully, yeah, the full disclosure. About the book itself, I am just infinitely impressed that someone this young, 13, 14-year-old kid could actually stay with the story long enough to put it down on paper and give it the form of a book. So that is impressive, क्योंकि हमारे बच्चे जिस दिन क्यूबॉन कर देते हैं हम उतने से ही खुश हो जाते हैं. So this is absolutely amazing. So kudos to the mom and dad for doing whatever you've done with Arnav, because you've done something amazing. As to Arnav's story, honestly, by the time I was at the third or fourth chapter, I'd even forgotten that a kid had written this story. So every now and then when I would come to these complex plot twists, I'd go like, oh, wait a second, a kid is writing this? Wow, amazing. Impressed. Not giving away the whole story in this review, but the book is very Harry Potter-like in its setting. So you've got the orphan child who doesn't have too many friends in this life. There is the bully. The orphan wants to get away from the bully. And then, of course, some stranger comes in, swoops him away from this life, and he finds out that he's had these magical abilities in a new universe. Again, all of those terms, coming up with names for these places, coming up with these new powers, all of that is so complex, creating this whole universe. I am just so impressed that a 13-year-old can do that. 13, 14, that's when he started writing this book. I have no idea how long it takes to self-publish something, to find editors, doing all of that. So yeah, the story moves at a relatively fast pace. You don't really get bored at any point. You meet all these interesting people. There is a lot of description about how people look, so you can form a visual in your mind. It's just overall, it's a very nice book to read. I think the description on Amazon said people took an hour and a half to read it. I guess I've slowed down. I used to be a fairly fast reader, and then of course I've been doing things in the middle, taking care of the home and stuff. But it took me much longer than that. So it just took me much longer. I would say maybe even 3-4 hours at least to read the book. What can I suggest in terms of improvements? Maybe the editing. So punctuation, grammar, like some small things there. I thought could have been better. Maybe there's very few, maybe 1 or 2 places where the same words were being sort of repeated verbatim. It'll be hard for me to go back and find those now, but I did sort of get that sense when I was reading the book. The only real suggestion that I could give to Arnav would be, why not make your protagonist an Indian kid? So this book seems like it is set in the US. I forget if you mentioned the city where the story happens when it's in this world. But what if the kid was an Indian American child? Because we possibly don't have such books being written right now, and maybe that's something that you could do. You could start a new trend. That's my only suggestion to you, Arnav. Otherwise, you've done an amazing job on this book. Keep showing the cover of my iPad. But yeah, you've done an absolutely amazing job with this book. I cannot wait to read your next book, and I cannot wait to live in all the worlds that you spin from your mind. Every time you write a book, you have to send a copy to me. Good luck. Take care now.